All right, guys, so we are now going to go over the basic usage of the touch command in Linux. And the touch command in Linux is a really powerful command or tool that can create files and also modify the timestamps with a simple syntax. So let's dive into the basic of it. So let's go ahead and just create a file. This is the most basic usage of the touch. So if you do touch, and let's go ahead and say new, let's go say new file .txt, and that will create a new file. If you do an ls, you can see in here that has created a new file, which is really cool. So we can also use this touch tool or this touch command to update the timestamp of a file, right? So let's say if we do an ls -al, you can see the timestamp. So you can see over here that this one was created on January 19, 2106. And now if we run that command again, touch new file.txt, what it's going to do, it is basically going to touch it, right? That's what it does. And you can see over here that the timestamp has been changed to 2108. So we were able to update the timestamp. So this is what it is used for. It is to create a file, which is great. And if we need to change the timestamp, we can just run it again. If the file already exists, we can just run the same command again, touch this new file.txt, and it will update the timestamp for that file. All right, so let's go ahead and create another one. Let's say do touch new file 2. So now we have 2 files in here, and let's say that you want to basically set the, let's make this guy let's make this guy new file 2 to have the same date as this guy. So the way that you can do that is by doing the touch with the R option, and then you want to do new file, new file .txt, and then new file 2.txt. So what this is going to do, we are specifying to use the new file .txt timestamp on this guy over here. So it's going to change the timestamp. So you can see over here that the new file is 08, and the new file 2 is 08, is 09, and the new file .txt, it is 08. So now they both should be 08 after I change this, because I'm telling it to touch, but use these new files timestamp and add it to here. Let's go ahead and do lsal, and there we go. You can see now over here that both of them have the same date, which is really cool. The date or the time or the timestamp, right? And you can also create multiple files if you would like to. Let's say you do touch, and let's say new 1.txt, new 2.txt, new 3.txt. So that will create 3 different files, lsal, and you can see them all in here, 1, 2, and 3. So that's how you can create multiple files. Also, if you would like to create by using a wildcard, you can also do that. Let's go ahead and do, let's go ahead and just, let's go ahead and leave that there, but let's go ahead and clear our screen, and let's go ahead and do a touch in here. So touch, we are going to be touching, let's specify, so we are going to be using touch with wildcards now. So we're going to do touch, and then after this we are going to do, let's say file, and then in curly brackets over here we're going to say 1.5.txt. So what this is going to do is that it is going to create a text file 1 through 5.txt. So it's going to create 5 different files. So and it's going to give it a name of file 1.txt, file 2.txt, file 3.txt, and vice versa. And there we go. So if we do an LSLA now, you can see it over here. File 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is really cool, isn't it? And let's see, I think this is it for this video on the touch command. Not a lot to really know about this command, just that it lets you create files, and it also lets you change the timestamp of the files. So thank you guys for watching, like always, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.